Okay, so I like Stranger Things and The Mandalorian and The Witcher as much as anybody else. And this is not about content. And I hear the Star Trek Picard is great. I don't have that service, so I don't know how to say about it, but I hear it's good. But right. Welcome, day 44 of confinement. Hey. So, in the beginning of television, there was 3 channels, or less. I don't know. I wasn't around, but I mean, at that time there was only the Honeymooners and I Love Lucy to watch anyway, so it didn't matter how many channels you had. But there were at some point there became just 3 channels. There was the ABC, NBC, and CBS. Then there were the UHF channels were added, and those were more local stuff that had, movies and local programming on them. But somewhere in the 80s, or just before the 80s, I think late 70s, early 80s, whatever it was, cable showed up. And cable was amazing because it gave you a great, pure signal that you didn't have to rely on rabbit ears and maybe bad weather to screw up your signal. But it also brought a charge, but it gave a lot more channels too. So all of a sudden you went from having 3 to having 20, 30 channels, including these pay channels, which could be great, HBO and so on, and things like MTV showed up, and but you had to pay for it, and sometimes they had commercials as well, which sucked that you were paying for something but also having to watch commercials at the same time, because before that's how you paid for your TV programming was through the commercials. But beside the point. Fast forward a little while into the early aughts, and Netflix starts to happen. Netflix goes from being just a video streaming or video rental service. Really, Netflix started off as just rental service. It was a competitor to Blockbuster. Just a send in service. I want to get this movie and send it to me, and they'd send it to you in a DVD. But then they said, "Oh, let's start doing streaming," and they started doing streaming, and then they said, "Let's start doing original content," and they started doing original content, and they started phasing out a lot of the stuff that they were renting, and they don't even do that anymore. But that was the beginning of what became known as card cutting. And I saw this and I said, this is a bad plan. Because the whole point, people were talking about, oh, I don't like cable. I'm just going to start cord cutting. I'm not going to have cable anymore. I'm just going to have my streaming. It'll be fine. Ha, 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 ha. You're not going to get my money anymore. And I said, they're going to get your money. They're going to get your money some way. And it's going to be worse than what you think it's going to be. And lo and behold, here we are now. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, CBS All Access. You got the new HBO Max, which is coming. You got Disney Plus. You got Fox Now. You got ESPN Plus and the WWE Network and the DC Universe. And you got the Peacock, which is just starting, and that's the one that just right now with me, because I have Comcast, and Comcast and NBC Universal are the same company, right? So they started their own service, just like Disney did, start their own service, and all the producers are doing this, all the production houses, all the production companies, which is why it's a problem. Because you're not going to be able to go to one place and be able to find what it is that you want to watch. You're going to have to get each and every one of these services because they have their own little fiefdom. All the Disney stuff, Touchstone stuff, is all on the Disney Plus service. All of the NBC Universal stuff, all of the Universal Studios stuff, is on the Comcast, the Peacock service. All of the Warner Brothers stuff is going to be on HBO Max. So instead of having one big bundled price that you pay off to Comcast, and I understand it, because Comcast and all the cable companies, when they were brought into existence, they did it in such a way that they created a monopoly. Your little state and local governments would come together and they'd say, okay, well, we're going to have Bright House is going to be our cable provider in this area because they're the lowest bidder. and we're going to give it to them, and then they can have a monopoly and charge whatever they want to within reason, and that's what we ended up having, and they just kept raising prices year after year after year until you're paying $200 to have 60 channels that you only want to watch 3 of them. So I get it. People got the idea, well, I'm just going to cut all that crap out of there, and we're not going to have it. I'm not going to deal with that BS. I don't want to watch home and garden television anymore, or do-it-yourself television, or National Geographic television. Or I just want ESPN, HBO, and MTV. That's all I need. That would be great, except that now, if you want those channels, you have to buy them individually. You have to buy the Peacock for $5 a month, and you have to buy Disney Plus for $9 a month, and you have to buy the HBO Max for $12 a month, and Netflix for $15 a month, and Amazon Prime for $99 a year, and Hulu for $6 a month or whatever it is, depending on which program you get. It's the same price. You end up paying $200 at the end of the month anyway. And you have no control at that point. Not that you had much control in the first place, but it started happening with the one I have. I have the WWE Network, which is I pay $9 a month to watch all the wrestling content that I want to watch, and it was valuable for me because I would get 2 pay-per-views a year, which are $50 a year, $55 each, and I get 2 of them, so that's $110 a year. And now I'm paying, $10 a month, so it's a little bit more expensive, but I'm getting all that other content as well, which is fine. I feel like I'm getting a value because I would be spending that money anyway. But the problem is that they have made a company decision now to start inserting commercials into their programming. I'm paying for this, and I have to watch commercials too. So, and you never know when these other companies are going to do the same thing. They want to bolster their profit margins, so they start inserting commercials, or direct ad sales, or sell your personal personal information. I have never been a supporter of the concept of cord cutting because I saw it from the beginning. I said this is going to end up costing us a lot of money because all these companies are going to split off and they're going to make their own process. And then we're all going to have to buy them all individually if we want to keep up, if you want to be in the cultural know, as it were. And really, that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about pop culture knowledge. If you don't keep up with all these shows on the different channels, then how can you be a pop culture enthusiast? And I like to think of myself as a pop culture enthusiast. I like to follow the TV shows and the trends that are going around, and it keeps you engaged with society. It's what you talk about at the water cooler. It's what you chit chat about online. It's the things that really glue us together, because there's so many things that pull us apart. The politics and religion, and those are things that pull us apart. But entertainment tends to bring us back together. At least we can talk about the things that we love. We can talk about how cool we thought it was when Rachel and Ross got together, or we can talk about how cute Baby Yoda is, or anything. And these are all important parts of being part of society. So by segmenting it like this, it makes us all have to go out and find all these little teeny little fiefdoms and bring them into our house. And that's just annoying. It bothers me. I don't like it. I liked cable. Not because I liked the price, but because it was a one-stop shop. I like buying something. I liked cable because you could purchase it in one bundle. You got everything all together, and you paid one price for it, and it didn't feel like you were being nickeled and dimed to death. It wasn't some bait and switch operation of, oh well, you want this service without commercials. Oh well, that's going to cost you more. Oh, you want this service without commercials that gives the movies. Oh, that's going to cost you more too. You want to be able to watch it on more than one TV. Oh well, that's going to cost you more. It's like airlines. You pay for your ticket. It's $300 for the ticket. Oh, you wanted a seat? Oh, well, that's going to cost you another $10. Oh, oh, you plan on bringing luggage with you? Oh, that's another $15. Oh, you want a drink? Oh no, the drink costs another $5. Now you have to pee. Well, now it's going to cost you $3 in order to relieve yourself of the drink that we've just sold you. It's you want to, and because the situation is run by these big companies, and your only recourse is to not use them, which it's not a feasible way of controlling the companies. You as an individual, and even if you got together and bandied together to create some sort of a force, you not necessarily guaranteed to create any kind of change. It's bothersome. The thing that really set me off on this today is that I was given the opportunity, because I'm a Comcast subscriber. Comcast has their service, Peacock, and they're in beta test now. They come out and supposed to be coming out for the general public in July. So they're giving it an early access preview to those of us who have Comcast. And they've been sending me emails and emails and emails. Try Peacock, try Peacock, try Peacock. So I tried it. And, well, I want to show you why this aggravated me. Peacock. So here it is. Loading. Still loading. Okay. The first thing it gives you is this trending.
For angels right
Which-
here on earth, honoring the frontline workers, putting their own lives on the line, serving our country during this.
Which shows you whatever is trending. When I turned it on yesterday, it was Saturday Night Live. It was just an old episode of Saturday Night Live. And you can scroll down for different things that you want to look at. But, see, there's no real way to manage the channels well. And again, every time you want to change these main segments, like, you got to go through the wait for the loading. Oh, so annoying. My whole life waiting, loading. And this, as far as I can tell, is the different types of channels that you have, the different episodes of whatever it is that you want to watch. I don't know what we're... you can watch it. I guess this is the time it's going to be on. I don't know. And I've gone down a few steps on this, and I want to go back up to the top menu, right? So I can go over to browse. Nope, can't do it. Can't go up there. Gotta go through the entire list again. Maybe. Oh, it won't even let me do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we're back to channels. Now we go to browse. I guess you can look at all the different shows under this. You got movies in here, which yeah, it's great to have the movies, but what do you want to watch? This is the problem that I have with Netflix. It's the problem I have with a bunch of these different services, is that you spend hours and hours and hours searching through what you want to watch, to try and find something that you want to watch, and you never actually end up watching anything. Because you spend all this time just going, that might be good, let me see if there's something better. That might be good, let me see if there's something better. That might be good, let me see if there's something better. And you never end up watching anything at all. Look at all these things. Hundreds and hundreds of movies. But this is even worse because the interface is so laggy that I don't know if you can see this, the spinning yellow. That's thinking. As I said, the lag on this is just breakingly bad. It can, even if you do settle on deciding to watch something, once you click it in, who knows how long you're gonna have to wait. Yet another reason why cable is better, even though this service, because of its online nature, is all laggy. Cable, click the channel, your show starts up. But they're starting to use more and more of these online services. You have this service in my cable box. I can also access Netflix in my cable box and Amazon Prime and Hulu, as well as a couple of different channels. Like Epix is part of my cable package now, and I can access that, but it's a streaming service, so whenever I turn on that channel, it's this long load time. Not as bad as this. But so is ScreenPix. That's another one that's on my cable service now. They got rid of Cinemax and they got rid of Stars because of this whole my fiefdom, your fiefdom thing. So the competing companies are now trying to insulate and consolidate all their stuff so nobody else can have it. No, you can't have my stuff. No, you can't have my stuff. No, I'm the only one who can have my stuff now. And it's just Game of Thrones can't be anywhere except for on HBO and HBO Max, and no Disney movies can be anywhere except for on Disney Plus, and so all these other places where you were able to go before now aren't going to be able to have them, and you're going to have to, if you want to watch one of these shows, you either have to purchase them on Blu-ray, hard disk, or streaming, get a download, or you have to buy their service. And I would be very, 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 very wary of any kind of download or streaming service as well, because you never know how long that purchase is going to last. I never buy a movie digital only, because if you read the fine print on all of those digital downloads, they only have to provide it for 5 years. 5 years. I'm buying this forever. I don't want to have it only for 5 years. I want to have it forever. If I buy a video cassette, if I bought an old VHS tape, I had it forever. If I buy a DVD or a Blu-ray, I have it forever. But now you're telling me that you're only going to hold this for 5 years, or only have to hold it for 5 years? Now I have digital downloads that I bought in conjunction with my physical media. Like I usually try and get the combo pack that comes with both the DVD or both the Blu-ray and the digital download, and that's fine because then I can, if for some reason they decide they're not going to carry my digital download anymore, then fine. But we've already lost several of the companies that used to do digital downloads. You know, there used to be the Fandango used to do one, and Flixster used to do it, and there was another one. What was the other one called? But it was Ultraviolet. That was the name of the coordinated technology, and they've all gone away. There's still a couple. There's Movies Anywhere, which now does most of that stuff, and there's Vudu, which was run by Walmart. But if they for some reason decide they're going out of business or don't want to do that anymore, then you don't have your digital downloads anymore. What are you going to do? Who are you going to call? Who are you going to complain to? You can't. So I'm very, very wary about the digital ones. This doesn't look like it's loading at all. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Well, let me go back. Anyway, whatever. So, earlier part of the day, I did more Tabletopia with my friends, which was cool. We managed to finish a whole game this time. That's the first. Three attempts, and finally finished a game. This game was pretty good. It was a good kind of a variation. I see it very much like Yahtzee. It's very much like a variation of Yahtzee, except using RPG and role-playing models. And you set up the dice in order to set up your stats for your character. It's cool. But okay, I'm finished with my little speech, and I will chat with you guys tomorrow. All right. That is day 44 of confinement. We're all done. Enjoy your day.